Warning, this content is for entertainment and educational purposes only. All right, next question here is from Christopher E. from the School Anabolic Bodybuilding Members Community. Christopher asks, I'm finishing up a bulk and starting a cut in January using the Gym Bro cutting protocol. I wanted to add a GLP-1 to make the calorie deficit easier to maintain. What are your thoughts on progressively increasing the GLP-1 during the cut instead of using Clenbuterol, lowering calories in versus calorie versus increasing calories out? Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying there. I misspoke there. So you're basically talking about rather than doing a bunch more cardio, you could just lower the calories in part of the equation, which I always think is easier. I mean, it's easier to lower food than to do more cardio. Cardio or exercise, when you think about it, is really not that effective at burning fat compared to dropping into a deficit. I mean, you can be on the fucking treadmill for an hour, and what do you burn? 400 calories? I mean, that's like a small chocolate chip cookie or moderate sized chocolate chip cookie, two chocolate chip cookies. You'd have to be on the treadmill for 2 hours. So, yes, definitely being in a caloric deficit is easier than increasing calories out. Now, both can work. The reason why, look, I fucking hate doing cardio, so I'm the same way. I'd rather eat less food than do more cardio. But if you can keep more food in play, you do have an advantage of being able to hang on to more muscle, usually, from what I've seen. But yeah, I see what you're saying, and health wise, it seems that running a GLP-1 along with some of the other mitochondrial enhancers such as MOTC and SLU, running those instead of using the traditional stimulant-based beta agonist, ephedrine and clenbuterol, and all these other things that would jack your blood pressure up and increase your pulse and all. Not saying that the GLP-1s can't increase your pulse a bit, but then the old traditional ways, taxing your heart. Most of the time, I see guys that run GLP-1s, their blood panels and health markers actually improve rather than get worse. Whereas, the old school way of hammering the fat burners, the stimulant-based fat burners, usually you just see, and running orals and tren and shit like that over the course of a cut, you generally would see health markers decline and get worse in the old school bodybuilding prep protocols. I think likely, we can't say this definitively because we don't have long-term data, that using a mitochondrial stack, so to speak, the buzzword everybody's using right now, such as using a GLP-1 along with MOTC and SLU, probably, can't say definitively, but probably is safer than using tren, and yohimbine, or even jacking yourself up on a bunch of caffeine. Probably long-term healthier for you. And yes, even some of the triple agonist GLP-1, the name we can't mention right now, it has actually some fat burning effect as well. So yeah, I mean, and it's going to make it easier to be in a caloric deficit when you get the hunger suppression effects from the GLP-1. So yeah, I mean, that's a viable way of losing weight. And I'll tell you, last year was the first year that I've seen a bunch of people use GLP-1s and mitochondrial enhancers, and I saw quite a few people firsthand that had struggled mightily with losing weight before. The weight just came off like that. No problems. Easy peasy. It was like the cheat code for getting the weight off. And it's like, I don't understand this. There's this bro mentality now that you're somehow cheating if you take a GLP-1. Like give me a fucking break. These dudes that are slamming every other PED based in the world, somehow that making yourself suffer more makes it better. Why? I mean, look, you can walk to work instead of driving your fucking car. You suffer more that way. That doesn't make you smarter. Doesn't mean you're better, or your strategy is better. Oh, cool, man. You got rained on and stepped on glass and almost got killed by the traffic walking to work, where I took my car and got there in 5 minutes, got there way more efficiently than you did. That doesn't mean you're smarter or better at executing something. I don't understand the anti-GLP-1 stuff. But anyway, Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. It is an option, and I think probably a safer one and potentially a more efficient one.